Owning a private jet, it's the ultimate symbol of wealth and success. A ticket to boundless freedom, luxury, and convenience. Or so they say. But what if we told you there's a darker reality behind this extravagant dream? One riddled with hidden costs, legal loopholes, and consequences that go far beyond the price tag. Welcome to the dark side of private jet ownership. Buckle up, because this ride isn't as smooth as it looks. Let's start with the financial burden. Buying a private jet isn't just about paying the sticker price, which can range from $3 million for a light jet to over $75 million for an ultra-long-range Gulfstream. That's just the beginning. Fuel alone can cost up to $2,000 per hour. Annual maintenance? $500,000 to $4 million. Then there's crew salaries, hiring and retaining a trained pilot, and cabin crew can set you back $300,000 per year. Hangar fees, insurance, de-icing, landing charges. The list goes on. By the time you're done, the real price of jet ownership could be 10 times more than you expected. Beyond the eye-watering costs, there's another inconvenient truth. Private jets are an environmental disaster. A single private flight can emit as much carbon in 1 hour as an average person does in a year. In fact, private jets produce 5 to 14 times more emissions per passenger than commercial flights. Despite accounting for only 1% of total flights, private jets contribute 50% more pollution per mile than commercial aircraft. And yet, billionaires continue to fly while the rest of the world pays the price.
A recent report reveals that private jets contributed over 520,000 tons of emissions in 2023, with a single flight releasing nearly as much carbon dioxide as an average European citizen does in a year. Can Europe's leaders reconcile their climate promises with this blatant hypocrisy? Take a look to find out more.
Think private jets are just for CEOs and celebrities? Think again. These aircraft have become a go-to choice for smugglers, traffickers, and criminals worldwide. Why? Because private jets operate under far less scrutiny than commercial airlines. No TSA lines, no strict baggage checks, just a discreet way to move money, drugs, and even people across borders. In 2018, authorities discovered a jet smuggling over 0.5 ton of cocaine into the UK. And that's just one case of many.
Things like I sent people to Europe as a couple on a private jet, and I had them spending and everything, couple $100,000. And then they flew in with Louis Vuitton trunks and made the whole scene. And they go shopping and they're staying and they're there for 10 days.
White people, I assume?
Yeah. And then you bring them back.
And then how much are they carrying on them?
Oh, 1.75 million was the most.
Money laundering is another major issue. In 2021, multiple private jets were linked to a billion-dollar fraud scheme, shuttling dirty money between offshore accounts. The problem? Regulations on private aviation remain laughably weak, allowing criminals to exploit these loopholes with ease.
Last week, the National Security Advisor wrote to us, alerting us of the spike in money laundering, drug trafficking, and other illegal activities through the use of private aircraft in the country. It appears that private non-commercial flight operators, PNCF holders, have become increasingly emboldened, continuing their illegal operations with the assistance of air operator certificate holders who collect.
So, private jets aren't just a luxury, they're a financial sinkhole, a climate catastrophe, and a playground for criminals. But if you think that's the worst of it, think again, because the public is catching on and the backlash is growing. Now we'll expose how private jet owners are facing increasing scrutiny, from viral social media call-outs to government crackdowns. Owning a private jet isn't just about luxury, it comes with an unspoken cost. While billionaires sip champagne at 40,000 feet, the rest of the world is paying the price. Let's talk environmental destruction. A private jet emits up to 14 times more CO2 per passenger than a commercial flight. And that's just the start. Some of these jets burn more fuel in 1 hour than an average car does in an entire year. Think about that. One flight from New York to London on a private jet can generate several tons of carbon emissions, about the same amount an average person produces in an entire year. And who are the biggest culprits? Billionaires who preach sustainability while hopping between cities in their multi-million-dollar flying mansions. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, even celebrities like Taylor Swift. They've all been called out for unnecessary short-haul private flights, some lasting less than 20 minutes. Meanwhile, climate activists struggle to convince people to reduce plastic use. But how does that compare when a single private jet spews thousands of pounds of CO2 into the air daily?
According to a new study, carbon pollution from private jets has soared in the past 5 years.
And here's where it gets worse. Private jets aren't just harming the planet, they're actively fueling criminal empires. You see, commercial flights have strict security screenings, passenger manifests, and customs checks. But private jets, they operate in a legal grey area. There are minimal background checks, fewer customs inspections, and almost no tracking of what's being transported. This makes them the perfect tool for organised crime. Take drug cartels, for example. In 2018, authorities busted a Colombian cartel that used private jets to smuggle drugs across continents, bypassing commercial airline security entirely. But it doesn't stop at drugs. Some of the world's most notorious criminals have evaded capture by flying in private jets with fake identities and falsified flight logs. Remember Jeffrey Epstein? His infamous private jet, nicknamed the Lolita Express, was used to transport underage victims to his private island without ever being flagged by authorities. And then there's money laundering. Private jets are often registered under offshore shell companies, making it nearly impossible to trace their real owners. Criminal organizations use them to move dirty money, evade taxes, and conceal assets. In one case, a private jet was seized in Europe after authorities found it was carrying millions in undeclared cash hidden within its compartments. But the scariest part, most of these crimes go unpunished. Private jets operate outside normal aviation laws, allowing the ultra-rich to move in secrecy, while the rest of us are subjected to strict airport security and travel restrictions. So the next time you see a billionaire boarding a jet, ask yourself, what's really happening behind those tinted windows? Private jets have become more than just a luxury. They are now a symbol of extreme wealth that fuels public outrage. With climate protests on the rise, billionaire jet setters are being called out for their excessive carbon footprints. Take, for example, the backlash against celebrities and CEOs using private jets for ultra-short trips. Social media platforms explode with criticism, questioning why they can't use commercial flights like everyone else. In one instance, Kylie Jenner faced severe backlash for taking a 17-minute private jet flight, a journey that could have been completed in under an hour by car.
Just hours after her private jet took its 11th voyage since January 1st, Kylie Jenner tweeted a message regarding relief efforts amid the terrible wildfires in Los Angeles, earning her the moniker climate criminal.
Even beyond environmental concerns, the sheer opulence of private jet travel doesn't sit well with the general public, especially during economic downturns. People struggling with inflation and rising living costs see billionaires flaunting their luxurious airborne lifestyles, which only worsens the wealth divide perception.
Around 100 protesters barged in carrying signs saying, "Ban private jets" and "Private jets burn our future." Climate activists have long been protesting against the high carbon emissions per person associated with private jets.
Owning a private jet isn't all smooth skies and luxury seating. Many jet owners quickly realize that their multi-million-dollar purchase comes with a laundry list of operational headaches. First, maintenance is a nightmare. Jets require constant inspections, and any malfunction can ground the aircraft for weeks. A simple engine issue can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix. Additionally, finding skilled maintenance crews isn't as easy as taking your car to a mechanic. repairs require elite specialists, which means delays, extra costs, and logistical headaches. Then there's the issue of staffing. A private jet owner needs a full-time crew, including a pilot, co-pilot, and flight attendants. But here's the catch: top-tier private jet pilots are in high demand, and their salaries have skyrocketed. In fact, some of them earn well over $200,000 per year, making crew retention a serious challenge. Beyond staffing, let's not forget about airport restrictions. Many cities are implementing strict regulations on private jets due to noise pollution and congestion. In fact, airports like Amsterdam's Schiphol are considering outright bans on private jets to reduce carbon emissions. This means that even if you own a jet, you might not even be allowed to land where you want. Imagine owning a private jet, unparalleled luxury, total freedom, and a symbol of elite status. But beneath this lavish facade lies a world of hidden struggles, from relentless operational nightmares to security threats that even billionaires can't escape. Let's uncover the final dark truths of private jet ownership, the ones they don't want you to know. Owning a private jet doesn't just mean luxury, it also means becoming a target. These jets frequently bypass traditional security checks, making them a perfect tool for smuggling illegal goods, money laundering, and even human trafficking. While commercial flights have rigorous screenings, private jets often operate on the honor system. This loophole has been exploited by criminals, making it increasingly difficult for authorities to track illicit activities. And even if you're not involved in anything shady, just being in the industry can put you on the radar of law enforcement. Unlike regular airlines, private jet owners must navigate complex aviation laws, customs regulations, and tax compliance issues that can vary across different countries. A single oversight in paperwork can result in severe legal consequences, heavy fines, or even aircraft seizures. If you think you can just rely on a legal team to handle everything, think again. Even high-profile billionaires have faced investigations due to tax evasion and smuggling suspicions tied to their jets. The legal risks are real, and getting caught in red tape could mean the end of your elite flying privileges. Private jets are not just expensive to own, they're also one of the worst assets in terms of depreciation. The moment you buy one, its value starts plummeting. Within 5 years, your multi-million-dollar jet could lose 50% or more of its original value. Then there's the cost of hangar storage, pilot salaries, routine maintenance, and insurance, all of which can burn through millions of dollars annually. And if your jet sits idle for long periods, the wear and tear don't stop. Engines deteriorate, parts become obsolete, and soon your luxurious asset turns into a financial drain. While the world sees private jets as the ultimate symbol of success, behind the scenes they bring security risks, legal pitfalls, financial losses, and public scrutiny. For many owners, the harsh reality sets in too late. So before you envy the elite for their sky-high lifestyles, ask yourself, is private jet ownership truly a dream, or just a high-priced illusion? If you found this deep dive eye-opening, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more exposés on the hidden truths of wealth and luxury. Drop a comment below. Do you think private jets are worth it, or are they just a billionaire's burden?